podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
All right, Tom, we get to talk about a United victory. Dad's Army did it.
I know, this is amazing, isn't it? I was on, last time I was on, we won as well, so this is beautiful.
Lucky charm. Yeah, who knew Juan Mata could play? All those debates over all those years. Should Mata play off the wing or should he play as number 10? Definitively answered in his final game at Old Trafford, at least final game for United at Old Trafford.
Yeah,
number 10. He was great.
We should build the team around him.
Should do. Sprightly youngsters like Juan Mata, Nemanja Matic, who was also good, Ronaldo, who scored, and Edison Cavani, who finally decided he's fit.
Yeah, got a lovely reception. Ronaldo was awesome as well today.
He was very good. Yeah, I love to dump on him if I've got the chance, but he worked hard. His movement was good. Scored a goal from the spot. Had one chalked out. So, yeah, all round good stuff.
Yeah, and just some lovely flicks. And the whole team were playing some really slick football at times. Like, Mata, as we joke, like, Mata was at the heart of a lot of this stuff. And
oh, sure, yeah.
Bruno, Ronaldo, Elanga, just some lovely football. Like, one touch, beautiful interplay, which almost, like, made you think that Ten Hag was already in charge, like some of the time. I was like, are these guys have they just been like playing around all year, and then as soon as like Ten Hag, it gets announced, and they're like, yeah, we can play Ten Hag football straight away. We don't even need the coach.
Exactly. What are we calling it? Because we had Ollie Ball. Is it 10 ball? Hag ball?
Yeah, Hagism.
Hagism. Nearly had a Hagism after that first goal. I tell you, it was good. Lovely ball from Delo into the channel, and Elanga using his pace. He used his pace really well tonight. I thought when the ball's in front of Ragnick talked about it a couple of presses ago. He said the ball's got to be in space for him, and he wants to run onto it. And it's very true. He's much better like that, and caught it. Great ball back, and the finish, beautiful goal.
Yeah, it was. Delo played a few nice passes like that, and he was really good tonight, as good as maybe I've ever seen him for United. Yeah, it was a great ball to Elanga, and Elanga's, I think, well, when we weren't great a few games ago, when we've not been great for a while, but he went kind of through a bit of a fallow period. But when he's good, and I've been really impressed with what I've seen from Elanga this season. He reminds me of Pedro when he was a little bit younger, like.
Right,
a little bit raw and sloppy on the ball, but I guess that you can put that down to his youth. But his intelligence and his work rate's awesome, and he's really 2-footed as well. Like, I love how he can dribble with both feet, which is really cool. Like, he can just take it on his left if he needs to, or take it on his favoured right. Yeah, it's almost like his intelligence and it is more of his mentality, which is the most impressive thing at this point. And at 19, that is super encouraging.
Yeah, I agree that he's a little untidy, but get the ball into the right spaces. I don't know whether the technique can be coached, but he's got time on his side, and he's a wide forward. I think the comparison with Pedro is nice, actually. I mean, if he gets his goal return, Pedro at Barcelona, he had several. I think I'm right in saying he had more than one 20-plus goal season, didn't he? So, yeah, he dropped off after a good start. If he has a good finish to the season, great. He was very good tonight, I thought. Very bright, especially that first half. It was interesting that, as you say, a lot of the interplay was really nice, the one-touch football. It's true for the goal that was ruled out as well, wasn't it? Mata, Bruno, Mata putting on the afterburners, those little legs. blur of Diddy legs. And Ronaldo just going a fraction too early. So, millimetres.
Yeah, I think... I don't know if you can, like, you can't criticise Ronaldo for a lot tonight because, like I said, he was awesome and some of the flicks and stuff were great, and like you said, he worked really hard as well. But I feel like you can potentially criticise him for that goal. It's like you you know how fast Mata is. I don't think you need to be sprinting at the pace that you are. But I think he was wary of that defender just on his shoulder, that if he didn't go at full pace, then that defender maybe catches up with him straight away. And when the ball did come to his feet, like the defender was really close, but and he only did go a fraction of a second. It just felt in real time, you were like, why are you running so fast, Ronaldo? You're going to be offside. And he obviously was a little bit, but a fraction.
Just hold it a little bit. Yeah. Just millimetres in it, really. Mm-hmm. Brentford had a good first 5 minutes, didn't they? And they moved the ball around. And even after United scored, there were some lovely touches. Eriksen was great.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he was so good.
Yeah, he's definitely a better player than Brentford level. No disrespect, except for Thomas Frank, who's a dick. Lots of disrespect. Lots there. But yeah, he can definitely play at a higher level. I guess he's available for free in the summer. Someone could pick him up, or maybe he feels a sense of loyalty to the club who gave him a chance. But he was really good. But United were always dangerous, I think, and in that first half. Just Brentford didn't perhaps play with the kind of intensity that maybe they had in the first half of the season. Might be legs tired, season catching up on them, not quite as intense, or playing away from home, trying to play on the counter a little bit more. But enjoyed that first half.
But even lately, though, they've been very good.
They have. Their form is better than United's, yeah.
Yeah. I think since Eriksen joined, they're one of the top 4 clubs in the country in the Premier League. And obviously, like tonight, it felt like the best performance, in my opinion, under Rangnick. It felt like a lot of the time, like I can't remember De Gea making a save. I don't know if he did, which is even against when we beat Burnley, like he had to pull us out of trouble a couple of times, and we looked like in trouble. But like today, it was the most comfortable I've seen us, and as an attacking threat, it looked like the best. It was like it's like they just turned up for once.
Yeah, I didn't expect that when I saw the team, and I was like, "Oh God, what is the point of that team? I mean, why play one?"
Thought the same. It thought exactly the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get it, to be honest. I was like, "There's nothing to play for." Actually, we'd probably have to lose 2 out of the 3 remaining games to not get in the Europa League. Mm-hmm. And West Ham obviously distracted with their semi-final, so you'd expect them to drop points as well. So, it just felt like nothing to lose scenario in order to play a couple of kids. But they surprised me with their both the application and the quality of the play as well.
I guess Mata will always give us all, and playing someone like that is going to give you a little bit of a lift if you want a mentality lift, I guess. Sure. But it just feels like you say, like it felt a little bit pointless to be playing Matic and Mata in that game. Like it would have been really nice to see Garnacho and handball, or at least even come on. Like I don't really see why he brought Cavani on. What's that?
He's going to say bye to the crowd. It was a farewell, and Phil Jones as well.
But like Lingard's on there, who's a United boy who's not even getting a farewell. Is there something wrong there? Like, yeah, I don't know. I found that a bit weird. I was like, especially when the game gets to 3-0, all you want to see is the kids come on, because it makes it a lot more fun.
Phil Jones nearly scored late in the game. That would have been the stadium would have gone mental for that. That he tripped over and fell on his face was probably even more perfect, to be honest.
Yeah, the perfect metaphor.
Yeah. So what did we had? We had Cavani definitely going. Phil Jones needs to go, although he's got another year on his contract, so that may be a problem. Jesse Lingard on the bench didn't come on. Juan Mata, I'm sure he's leaving. Nemanja Matic, you got a good reception for a deeply mediocre player. Yeah,
that's what I thought as well, yeah.
Better than he deserved. But
I know, what's he done to deserve that? I mean, it's nice for the lad and all, but like, what's he done to deserve that?
I know.
It's like when we used to like players like Carrick or whatever, and Fletcher used to come off towards the end of their career and they'd won loads of trophies at United, and they get a reception like that, and you're like, yeah, fair enough, because you've been a bit underappreciated at your time at United, but like not Matic.
I know. I mean, Carrick won 5 league titles and 400 odd games for United, so he deserved the reception.
Exactly.
Nemanja Matic, in a way, it's not his fault that United spent 40 million on him when his legs were already gone. But he's kind of symptomatic. I mean, there's, to be fair, quite a lot of players who I've just named, plus Eric Bailly, who got a new contract for no reason, who are symptomatic of United's Woodward era. So, yeah, I guess it's not Nemanja's fault, but yes, very, very generous reception. And then when Mata's he got a cheer, but it was also in the middle of were people walking out, plus a goal just happened. I think did he go off just after the Varane goal or just before? I can't remember.
I think it might have been just after, yeah.
Just after, yeah. So, yeah, Pete Boyle was trying to lead the walkout, which was not very successful, unsurprisingly. As much as the heart is in the right place there, it's not many people are going to be leaving just after United scored a goal and are playing well.
In the final home game of the season, when we've had nothing to cheer all season as well, like, it's a tough one.
Yeah. Tough one to put. I think the history of the past 17 years under the Glazers has told us it's very hard to coordinate fan action because the Glazers sell the drug that we all want, right? So
yeah, exactly.
It's hard to go cold turkey on that one as much as you're angry about being addicted. So, I wasn't surprised that didn't work out. And like, I'm sitting here in front of a microphone not trying to coordinate the action, so I'm not trying to be holier than thou about it and pretend I could have done anything better or anything like that. But yeah.
No. Yeah, it's a tough one.
And then, what was the third goal?
Varane from the
corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to see him score. He got one disallowed earlier in the season, didn't he? And
he did.
It's been a super frustrating season for Varane, for United fans with Varane, and I'm sure for Varane himself. Like, I think I said on this pod when I was first on it, I was always a little bit suspicious about the signing of Varane. Like, if Real Madrid thought he was still that good, like, why are they getting rid of him? And I think he has looked good mostly this season when he's played. It's just he's not played enough, and we've had these centre backs for like Bailly always injured, Phil Jones obviously always injured, like Chris Smalling always seemed to be injured, Johnny Evans seemed to be, like, our centre halves for whatever reason just seem to be brittle, and even Rio and Vidic towards the end of their careers, like they became pretty brittle, and we need Varane to be 100% because the rest of our centre halves obviously aren't very good.
Yeah, well, he's going to get summer off, and hopefully, I mean, I do think the injuries he had started to get at Real Madrid played a part in them not offering the kind of contract that he wanted, and then for his availability as a result. So I think a few commentators around Spain had said something similar. That came into the thinking. So United got a deal for those reasons, and a bit like Edison Cavani, not quite as bad with Varane, but a player that's high quality if you can get him on the pitch.
Yeah.
And so I don't know exactly what will happen this summer, but I think another centre half is needed. No one's to trust Eric Bailly. Phil Jones just needs to restart somewhere else, and they're never going to get rid of Harry Maguire, not with the amount invested, not for at least another year anyway. And so another centre half will be. I imagine they'll bring one in.
Yeah,
we'll see.
have to.
What is logical with United and what actually happens are two different things, aren't they?
Well, that is true, because I mean, I say we have to bring in a centre half right now. I feel like we can say that about a lot of positions right now, can't we? Really? Yeah.
I guess we don't need another number 10 because Juan Mata's there. Sign him up to a new contract.
That's
if
exactly
Ed Woodward
right.
was here, if Ed Woodward was still in charge, ink would be on the paper. 5-year contract.
They'll be building the team around Juan Mata.
They would. They'd be building statues.
Yeah.
It'd be called the Wanford End or something. So that's terrible. I wonder where Juan Mata will go, because he's still a baller, isn't he? He's still got all the technical skills. He still cares. If he can just play somewhere a bit slower that's not as physical, then
he's never had pace either. He's always been kind of like a David Silva without the agility, and that's always been like his frustration throughout his United career. Like, really, like, we know he's excellent in tight spaces. He's got the softest of feet. He's super intelligent. It's just his mind is so much quicker than his body, and it always has been. Whereas, like with David Silva, his mind and his body could move at equal paces.
True.
And
yeah.
And that was kind of the difference. And obviously that's why like David Silva played for Spain and Juan Mata was always the bench boy over there as well. And why just for United, obviously there are numerous reasons why players haven't looked their best at United, obviously. But Chelsea, like, he was amazing for 1 year. But then as Chelsea got better, he became a little bit more irrelevant there. And he's just always been a bit too slow for an elite Premier League side. But I think in Spain, even now, I'm sure it'd be good for a lower level team over there. Look at David Silva still doing it for Real Sociedad.
Yeah, true. Yeah, maybe a move back to Spain for the final year or two of his career will suit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
or
see.
MLS. It'd
MLS,
look like lightning in MLS. No offense, American listeners.
I think you can direct plenty of offence at MLS. It's hey, look, we're on a tangent here. The things they are doing right is they are trying to build their league in a financially sustainable way, and they've taken a long time to grow. The expansion clubs are all in areas where a lot of passion has come from the fans. And we saw Nashville open their new stadium this weekend. Pretty raucous atmosphere. Great crowds at Atlanta. Even into Miami, get some good crowds with mighty Phil Neville in charge of the team there. Beckham was at the announcement of they've got planning permission to build their new stadium because they're in a temporary thing at the moment. So they've done some good things. So yeah, they cap it off with 2 years of Juan Mata would be perfect.
The Premier League could learn so much from MLS. In so many different areas of the way it's ran. Like, it is so forward thinking in so many ways, and I love like the almost socialist way that like the structure is ran as well. Like, one of the reasons why I love American sports like NFL and MLB is because of that socialist. It's so weird that they have like a socialist kind of sporting structure in a country which is basically capitalism on steroids, but it works so well, and like football over here could learn so much from that, which is weird saying, really.
Yeah, it is. Inter Miami, who I mentioned, were one of the few to breach the very tight financial controls they have, and they got a big fine and restrictions on their squad and their wage cap and so on as a result. And of course, there's no relegation, which helps. It really boosts the valuations. There's you could buy a Premier League club and a really good one for the valuations put on some of the MLS sides. And the finances aren't anywhere near this because the Premier League US contract is like 10 times bigger than MLS draws in TV money. So anyway, there's long tangent there, but it would be fun to see Juan Mata over here. Not that I watch a lot of MLS. I did go to the pub and watch the Seattle Sounders' first leg of the CONCACAF Champions League final. Yeah, they came back from 2-0 down with a couple of dodgy VAR penalties, I'd say.
98th minute, last minute penalty, was it?
It was, and I think the second leg's coming up this week. Anyway, you got anything? What else can we say about this game? Apart from it was good and United won. Only the third victory in the past 12.
Go back to Eriksen. Should we sign him? Yeah. Like, is he a player who would fit into Ten Hag's system? He used to be an Ajax boy. Yeah,
let's see. If Ten Hag played a 4-3-3, he could play on the left side of the three in midfield or the left side of the forward line. It's where you play Bruno with him would be the question.
Yeah.
But left side of midfield, we need a creative player in there since Pogba will almost certainly be leaving. It would be not a long-term signing, but a 2-year +1. Freebie. Yeah. If he would like to come. Or maybe he looks at United and thinks, nah, it's all right. I've got stability here at Brentford.
Yeah.
Although, Brentford's second season, you worry for them if Eriksen leaves, just given the history of what tends to happen. But, so, he's a very good player, Eriksen. Clearly still at a very high standard. Just some beautiful balls played today.
Yeah, like that one in the first minute, like you said, and that wonderful cross in the second half. I think a lot of the balls to Tony. And that one in the second half from the free kick where Tony peeled off at the back post.
Right. I feel like Ivan Toney's done that move a few times, and it's just, he just bends the run, and no one seems to pick him up. He tried to put his laces through one where the instep would have done much better.
Tony wasn't great tonight, and I thought they were quite blunt going forwards. And I guess it expected more. It just felt like almost like a testimonial at times, like with the way we played. And we do this even under Rangnick, like play where we can make these smaller teams look quite poor for stretches. I don't know if it's the big pitch, we can just knock the ball around at will, but I don't know. I expected Brentford to come with more intensity today, and they just made it a little bit easy for United. But also, I think we should maybe give credit to United. I don't give credit to United for enough, I guess. But we did move the ball fast. We moved it quick. We seem to have a little bit of intensity about the game, especially early on. And maybe we just did play well today. And maybe I'm be a bit harsh on Brentford for saying they didn't have the intensity. Maybe they just couldn't step it up today.
Yeah, I was surprised they weren't quite as intense. United were, every time they moved the ball quickly, Brentford struggled with that. And I thought there were times when United were playing the ball just a bit too slow, and could have shut the game down earlier. Because Ronaldo did well to win his penalty and then score a goal off the set piece. So it could have felt tighter than it really should have been, given how much of the ball United had and how much better I think United were. But yeah, surprised Brentford didn't come up with more. Expected them to give us a difficult time. Norwich gave United a difficult time at Old Trafford recently, so it didn't happen. Maybe they've lost some of their intensity. Now they're perfectly safe. We'll be playing Premier League again. Haven't got anything else to play for. So, I mean, yeah. All right, well, there's a game coming up at the weekend, I believe, against Brighton, the home of the post-final whistle penalty. Still the greatest piece of VAR ever.
That was a beautiful moment.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on Brighton? They thrashed Wolves recently, didn't they?
Yeah, I feel like Brentford, they've been in pretty good form, but better form than Brentford, even beating Tottenham and Arsenal both before this weekend, where they obviously beat Wolves. And I think all season they've actually been pretty decent. They've just struggled for goals like they did last year. I think Mopé's scored 4 or 5 goals. Might have scored a couple more than that, but I'm surprised that they didn't sign a striker in last summer, or at least in January or something, because I feel like with a proper striker they'd be a really good side. And Graham Potter has done, I wouldn't say wonders at that club, because they were obviously doing pretty okay under Hugh, and before that they didn't look like they were in trouble of going down, but he has taken them, I think, to another level as the best of the rest below.
They've obviously had a lot of investment. Tony Bloom's a sort of benevolent dictator, the best model for a football club. And look, if he did a Mel Morris, former owner of Derby, or still the owner of Derby for the time being, for the next couple of days anyway, and just walked away, Brighton would be fucked. Mm-hmm. They just wouldn't be able to sustain the same level. But he's happy to put the money in. He's a Brighton fan. That's helped them get a lovely new stadium and a very good team. And I guess the choice would be do you dump another 50 or 60 million on a really top quality striker in order to try and push for European places and risk your financial stability for that? Or do you accept that you are building slowly and you're essentially doing better than your status as a football club, historical status anyway?
That is always the thing. And they have been very smart with some of the signings, like Enoch Mwepu, who's actually not played too much this season. He's awesome. I saw him a lot at Salzburg and Liefering before that. He's awesome. He's getting better against Arsenal. He was super, super good. And Cucurella at left back is really, really impressive. Like, they sign, and even players like Trossard who've been there a while. Like, Potter has seemed to have made those players better, and the new signings that they've signed more often than not have been really good. They are a really well-run football team, and I guess with like Dan Ashworth's gone now, isn't he? He's gone to Newcastle.
He's gone to Newcastle, yeah.
It's
took the money.
It's going to be interesting, I guess, to see how they change. But they're going to be really tough on Saturday, and I imagine would that be their last home game of the season?
Yeah, it might be. They're away to Leeds on the final day, so yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, they're going to be big up for it. It's going to be a really tough one. You'd almost put them favourites, to be honest. Their form they're in, United away from home and not good, and yeah, they're a decent side.
Yeah. Super Danny Welbeck didn't score against Wolves, but he had a good game. Apparently, didn't see it, but apparently he played well. So yeah, will he come back to haunt us again? Still haven't forgiven him for going wild with his celebration when he scored against us for Arsenal.
Oh my God! Yeah, I think a couple of times.
Yeah, old producer Tom has a Danny Welbeck pillow cover that he goes to sleep with every night. Yeah, giving out all his secrets here.
I hope it's the United one.
Yeah.
Not the Watford Danny Welbeck.
No. Oh God, poor Danny. Much maligned. Yeah, his Phil Jones boxer shorts aren't so good. Don't rate those. Yeah, anyway, tough game, I imagine, for United. We all default to what we've just had, our most recent experience, don't we? So our most recent experience was good, so maybe United will be able to carry that on, but it just doesn't seem to happen too often and not in succession. So
yeah.
Have we won 3 games in a row this season yet? I can't remember. So
surely we must have. Surely.
You say surely. But I'm not sure.
True.
Anyway, there is an opportunity to do that. Close out the season with a couple more victories. So.
Yeah, and if we play like we did today, then I don't see why that couldn't happen. It's like you say, we don't seem to string those game results together, and on a smaller pitch and away from home, like the intensity that Brighton will play with will be a lot higher than Brentford's. Like the circumstances aren't similar to what today's circumstances are, and the fact that Brighton are a better team will also play into that. It sounds ridiculous because we're going away to Brighton, but I'm not confident again.
Yeah, and I wonder what kind of team he'll play. I can't imagine what have we got. We've got 4 or 5 days. I suppose Juan Mata's little legs could be up for another game, 4 or 5 days. There's 2 weeks off after that, basically.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why. They just are way fixtures have fallen. Cup final weekend and all of that.
I guess you don't want to risk Garnacho before the Youth Cup final.
Well, that's right. That's his priority. Yeah.
Biggest game of the season.
Maybe get a... Yeah, he's got a goal at the weekend, actually, for the under-18s, didn't he? Yes, Liverpool, was it?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, nice finish with his right foot. Yeah. So I imagine there'll be some changes. I don't know exactly what. I can't imagine Cristiano will accept being dropped for Cavani or anything like that. So he will be in the team and looking for his 24th goal of the season. I'm trying to remember how many it is now. So.
Yeah, I think he needs 4 to chase down. Is it Salah who's top scorer? The thing is, you wouldn't even put it past him, to be honest. Like today, he could have scored a couple more.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal goal scorer. Put aside all the other stuff for a moment. He knows how to put the ball in the back of the net, and he's very hungry to do that.
And the more he plays like today, the more you think that the talk that Ten Hag is going to have with him. Putting his ego aside for the minute, like I would love. I think the best thing you could maybe want for Ten Hag would be just to go in there and say, and to I guess show him who's boss. Like if you are going to stay, if you are going to stay at this football club, you're going to have to accept a lessened role for games this season. Like you're going to have to fit into my system and you're going to have to play a certain way. And if Ronaldo accepts that, then I think having Ronaldo next season would not be a problem at all. If he didn't have to play every single game and he wasn't having a strop when he got taken off and he didn't throw his arms up in the air in every single game and he played to exactly where Ten Hag wants him to, and he's not dropping deep, he's not dropping wide and stuff. But the problem is, like, it's the personality more than the actual ability that he has. It is the thing that has to be taken into account here, which is the real tough thing.
It's the whole package, and the fact that there's going to be a big reset, and including new manager has a certain style of football that can't really be played. And there's definitely, for all the goals Ronaldo brings you, if he's in the team, it's definitely a trade-off that has to be made. And it'd be interesting to see whether Ten Hag wants to make that trade-off, and whether Ronaldo does too.
Yeah.
Whether there are other opportunities at a club in the Champions League, because I'm not sure he wants to grace the Europa. Maybe he does. It's not a competition.
He's never played in it before, so why not?
Right. Yeah. There you
Another
go.
trophy to win.
Exactly. Yeah.
So something like that.
Yeah. Something like that. Well, we'll see. It's speculation season, isn't it? So that's going to start ramping up big time now. There's basically nothing to play for.
Yeah, nothing else to talk about.
Yeah. There really isn't. Should we talk about snooker? Yeah, amazing. Is he a United fan? I don't think he is he? So he's probably not.
I don't know, to be fair. I don't know enough about him.
Don't. Whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I always feel a bit funny about talking about transfers, because it's not based on anything. It's just not based on anything real, and it seems to be the one area of journalism where disinformation is positively encouraged.
And even if you're like super well sourced and like, I don't know, you're told by a certain party who's really close to the transfer that, oh yeah, it's looking really likely it's going to happen.
Right.
So much is dependent on so many different people that, even if you get told it like to 99% sure, like to 99% sureness that this is going to happen, or it's looking likely to happen, there's like so many things that could go wrong. So like it's
you could have it all agreed by everyone. Player sat in the car park waiting for the contract to come out, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Like the journalist could be. It isn't necessarily lying. He's being told like all the this perfect information, but it's obviously just from one side or whatever. Like it's just mind numbing, to be honest. I used to really enjoy it when I was a little bit younger, but the more I learned about that side of the game, and it's more just oh god. I'll just realise I'll just wait till the moment it's like announced on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That's generally how I feel. I did think it was fitting, and this is a bit dark, but that Mino Raiola denied that he had died from his hospital bed. I was just like the source of so much transfer speculation and or news, and then of course he did die, which Paul Pogba took a while to talk about that in any socials, and then he released a sort of montage of clips of photos of him with Raiola on Instagram. Obviously close, I'd say. It seemed like it. So.
It seemed like, like all the players were super close to him. I mean, he must have had a lot about him to be able to pull in the names that he did. Like Matthias de Ligt wrote a really heartfelt message about him, like saying, we weren't like similar in types of people, but you did so much for me. It would almost sound like he loved him, like genuinely loved him.
Well, he went to war for his clients.
Exactly, and I think that's the line that he used. You protected me, and you were the bad guy for me. And he was definitely deemed as a bad guy. But I think that you're almost like in the way that Fergie used to protect his players or whatever. Like he did that to an incredible degree, which meant so many people hated him in the world of football, including Fergie as well.
Yeah, Fergie hated him. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, it definitely was a weird 30 minutes on the timeline when it was announced that he died, and then he denied it. It was announced that he died, and then there was a lot of people, basically with some kind of format of good riddance sort of thing in the Twitter sphere, and then it was denied, and then a lot of people gloating about how the press had got it wrong. Very, very strange 30 minutes to an hour.
Tancredi was right at the forefront as well, wasn't he?
He banned himself from Twitter after that.
And then he came out of unbanned himself when he died again. So
he was like, I was right. I was
exactly. Yeah,
I foresaw this.
I broke the news first, mate. It just happened to be 2 days early.
Yeah, Jesus. There will be someone somewhere with a Ferguson obit in the CMS already written, I imagine. Yeah, such is the race to be there first.
Yeah.
Anyway, this took a dark turn, this pod, didn't it?
It.
Farewell Mino Raiola. Farewell about 10 United players, some of whom were on the pitch tonight. And we'll see a couple other games to pay their farewells to the travelling fans as well. So.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Guess that's it.
Yeah, lovely. What a game.
Listeners, see you all next week, listeners. No bonus content this week. We'll do some at the weekend. And, yeah, have a good one.